Hello again, Molly and Mrs. Smith. So tell me what's better since the last time we met. Well, I went to school the first 2 days this week without crying or fighting with my mom. I only visited the nurse once in those 2 days, and my mom and I spent both nights together. We ate dinner, and she helped me with my homework. Wow, that sounds great. So instead of trying to go home and spend time with your mom during the day, you did it after school. Yeah, sometimes it was hard, but I just kept thinking that I would get to see my mom at night. I told myself, you can do it, over and over again. How did you know to think that? I knew I wanted to spend more time with my mom, but I also knew that school is important. So I thought if I reminded myself that I could do it, because I've done it before, it might help. Wow, that's really great, Molly. So, Mrs. Smith, what have you noticed that's been better since the last time we met? Molly hasn't been crying or fighting going to school. She hasn't been exactly happy, but it wasn't as big of a struggle. Both days she stayed at school, and I was able to work a full day. That sounds great. What else was different? We spent more time together this week, too. I was able to work my shifts during the day so I didn't have to work at night. We cooked and ate dinner together, and we worked on our homework. Well, what do you think our next steps might be? I want to keep spending time with my mom. I really like that. How will you do that? If I go to school during the day, then I can see my mom when I get home, so I know I have to go to school so my mom can spend time with me at night and not have to work. What about you, Mrs. Smith? What do you think the next steps are? I'm going to try to continue to be home with Molly each night. I know I may not be able to every night, but I'm going to try. So let me ask you this. On a scale of 0 to 10, where 0 is the worst you've ever felt, and 10 is that a miracle happened, where do you think you are now? Maybe an 8? I would say maybe an 8.5. Wow, how did you get to that point? I really like spending time with my mom this week. I did go to school both days so far this week, and I only went to the nurse's office once. My mom was so happy. It has been a much better week so far. We have spent more time together, and I have been able to work 2 full days. Molly has been more agreeable about going to school in the morning, too. So now you say you're at an 8 and an 8.5. If things got a bit better, maybe a 9 or a 9.5 on the same scale, what would you be doing differently? I would be going to school and staying there every day. I would only go to the nurse when I was sick, and I would feel happy to go to school, and my mom and I would still be spending a lot of time together. Wow, that's pretty close to the miracle you described for me last time. You've made some great progress toward your goal. How will you know when we're done with counseling? I think we're close. I would like to work a full week and be home at night with Molly. We wouldn't fight in the mornings, and Molly would be happy to go to school. Wow, I think you're right. We are close. Is there anything else do you think will be important to discuss this week? No, no. First, I have to say that I am so impressed with the progress that you've made this week. Molly, you've been so strong to stay in school when you were feeling sad. I like that you're reminding yourself that you can do it because you can. And it was great that you were able to spend quality time together. Because of your commitment to having a closer relationship with one another and for Molly to attend school more regularly, I would suggest that you continue to do those things that have been working for you, and notice what you're doing that will help you move up on the scale one notch toward a 9. I can't wait to hear about your progress.